And there are questions today about the orders in St. Louis City and County requiring face coverings at all times when social distancing isn't possible.
Yeah, and I have more specifics with what people are wanting to know and asking us on how businesses should operate and how this is exactly going to be monitored. The intent of the St. Louis order is to require people over the age of 9 and without severe breathing symptoms to use a face covering when outside their home or in an enclosed place of public accommodation or a business. Doug Moore, Director of Communications for St. Louis County, says if a person is inside their private office, they are not required to wear a mask. But if two people are in the office, both should wear a covering. A covering is also required in a business common area. Workplace kitchens are high-risk areas, so coverings are required there. Every business should set clear expectations among employees so everyone is safe. Any business must post a face covering requirement for entry and that it must be worn the entire time while in the business. Businesses are authorized to deny entry to anyone who refuses to wear a covering without showing medical documentation of a condition or disability. In addition to those with medical conditions, the times when a covering is not required include people who are hearing impaired and need their mouth to communicate, people who are eating and drinking at a business and distanced from one another, people who are at a pool and in the water, people who are getting a face service, people who are playing a sport or exercising and exerting themselves. You do need to wear the covering into the gym, but not during exercise. So how will this be enforced? A person or business can make a complaint with the county. That would trigger a call or letter from the health department. If a violation continues, it can result in a misdemeanor with jail time or a $1,000 fine, but the county stresses this is a last resort. And Doug Moore also says that they believe, the county that is, that peer pressure will work in this case, and they are relying on everyone to do the right thing here. This will also allow businesses to continue to operate.